Welcome to our 16-week lecture and lab class, Physical Geology. I'm your instructor, Dr. Naj, or Professor Naj, and I've been teaching at PCC since 2007. I've taught physical geology once or twice a year since then. I'm a geologist by training, and I received my PhD in geology from Caltech in 1997. Here's a picture of me at Yellowstone on a 2-week field trip with PCC students. These are great trips that we run every summer. Unfortunately, this past summer, due to COVID-19, we had to cancel these trips. But as soon as these trips are up and running again, I highly recommend that you take a trip. There's nothing like seeing geology out in the field. This short video shows you the best way to use these learning videos. They're sort of like little bits of lecture. None of them are longer than 12 minutes, and some of them are as short as 5 minutes. If you can watch several videos in a row that belong to a particular unit, that would be great. Otherwise, you can break them up however it fits your schedule. Our course is divided into 9 units. Some of the units are 1 week long and others are 2 weeks long. Unit 1 is 1 week long. The units are generally divided into subunits as shown here. Unit 1 is divided into Unit 1A and Unit 1B. Each subunit is then covered by a series of videos. Unit 1A is covered by 3 videos, and they're named Intro 1A.1, 1A.2, and 1A.3. Remember that on Canvas under each unit, I have a recommended schedule that I've suggested for the week to make sure that you cover everything that you need to and that you don't fall behind. This is my schedule suggestion for week 1. And this is the only week that you're going to be looking at 2 different modules, the orientation module and Unit 1. So I've highlighted them in yellow to emphasize that. During this week, I suggest you watch the videos between Wednesday and Friday. So, some of my suggestions as you watch these videos. Start a notebook right now for all of your learning video notes. As you watch each video, write down the video number so you can come back to it later if you need to. And then write down the corresponding unit level outcomes. Here's an example of some notes. These are for Unit 1A, and here are the Unit 1A learning outcomes. Number 1 is distinguish physical and historical geology and explain why Earth is best described as a system. Number 2, give examples of positive and negative feedback mechanisms that affect any system, including the Earth system, etc. Now, you might be saying to yourself, why do I want to bother doing this? Well, these learning outcomes are essentially like your study guide. These are the things I want you to learn in each unit. These are the things I want you to look for in the videos, and these are the things I'm hoping that you understand by the end of each video. Now, where do you find these learning outcomes? There's 2 places. First of all, in Canvas, under the orientation module, there's a section called Geology 1, Course Learning Outcomes. And I'll show you in the next slide exactly where they are. And then the first video of each unit will also have those learning outcomes on a slide. So here we are in the orientation module in Canvas, and you've probably gone through a bunch of these things already. And here are the course learning outcomes. And it says return here often, and that's why, because that's where all of your learning outcomes are located. That's essentially like a study guide. Okay, so after you've got those learning outcomes on your page, then you might want to draw a line and then start taking your notes as you watch the video. I suggest using highlighters, underlying key vocabulary terms. These are good strategies to make sure your notes are useful when you're studying and reviewing. Okay, what else? Well, as you watch the videos, you should pause whenever you need to write down a vocabulary term with a definition. Pause when I'm doing a sketch that you should do with me. We're going to do several sketches. Or if you want to write anything else down that will help you with the material. Please do not write down everything I say. All right, let's dive into geology.